Thank you very much to Lindsay, Darren, and the entire Business of Brand team. It's my absolute pleasure to be a part of this inaugural Unite on Purpose Summit as we seek to kickstart our economy. I'm Wilma McDaniel, and my personal purpose is to support others to become the best version of themselves. And as I reflect over the last couple of years since I first met Darren and Lindsay in the London Stock Exchange, I now realise that that's actually always been my purpose. I just didn't really understand how to use it in a business context. So I'm delighted to be sharing this with you today, how it seamlessly blends with our company purpose and the impact I believe we can make as we continue to shift as an industry, the wonderful world that I've been involved in for decades that is global beauty. I've been around the industry, as you can see from some of these images, for decades, but yet I still get a buzz from when I watch the transformative effect that it has on our physical and mental well-being when we learn how to take care of ourselves and how to be the very best version of ourselves. My interest in global beauty began, I didn't even know it was global beauty then. My interest in the industry began a very long time ago. I was just 13 years old when one dreary Sunday afternoon, my mum left our home exhausted and returned 3 days later looking and feeling like a different person. You see, my mum was and still is passionate about her family, and she spent all of her life juggling us and the successful family business that she and my dad ran. So when a good friend suggested that she visit a health retreat for the first time, she jumped at the opportunity. And I still remember coming home from school that Wednesday afternoon, and I can remember it was the first time I'd ever seen makeup brushes. But this was more than makeup. This was wellness. My mum had got exposed for the first time to expertise in diet, in relaxation, in fitness, as well as in skincare and makeup. That summer, with this interest sparked, I bought the first release of Cosmopolitan's Health and Beauty Guide. And after reading its cover to cover, I convinced my parents that I should leave home and study international spa therapy and management. I'll always be thankful that they supported me to follow that dream because it's led to a lifetime traveling the world, working with renowned beauty brands, but more importantly, working with phenomenal people. And on the subject of phenomenal people, I had a rather serendipitous meeting 5 years ago with the founders of Cutietronics, Dr. David Heath and Barry Hochfield. Let me tell you a little bit about both of their backgrounds. So David's PhD was in biomedical engineering, and he was working on projects predominantly around transdermal drug delivery and non-invasive patient monitoring. And of course, through that work was very much exposed to the very dynamic nature of our skin. Our skin is so unique, we can be identified by it. And when you then add to that the changing environments and the effect it has on our skin, the effect can be huge. And so David was invited to present some of his research at a skincare conference. And he stood up, presented his work, and he's realized that this was skincare more on the personal care side of the industry as opposed to the medical skincare world, which was his background. And as he sat at that conference and he listened to all the other speakers, he quickly realized that as an industry, we were trying to solve all of our problems with chemistry, because that's what we had always done. And David had the idea of, if I could transfer some of what we're seeing in the medical device industry, where we take Internet of Things, where we take feedback loops, where we take device and digital technologies and combine that with great formulation, I think we can help people to get better results. Hold that thought. Now let me introduce you to Barry Hochfield. Now, Barry, after studying physics, spent 11 years at Apple, first in California, working on the original Macintosh family. He then came back to Europe and set up Apple's first R&D facility in Paris before moving on to work with MasterCard on the technologies that we all now know and use as chip and pin. After that, he set up his own company in electronic ticketing, which he duly floated and sold on to Trainline. So for anyone who travels on any of our London Underground or British Rail, you'll be familiar, although you maybe didn't know there were some of Barry's technologies. And so we've been working together over the past 5 years, bringing together our different backgrounds, our different experiences, to look at how we can move forward, how we can shift this beauty industry into a new era. And this reminds me of one of my very, very favourite quotes in business. It was a quote made by the late Steve Jobs. And he said, "My model for business is the Beatles. There were four guys who kept each other's kind of negative tendencies in check, and they balanced each other so that the total was greater than the sum of the parts." And that's exactly how I see business. Nothing in business is achieved by one person. It's always achieved by the coming together with a vision and with a greater purpose than ourselves. And so this is where I think we also have great synergy with the team at Bob, because we are seeking to unite industries, to unite experience and expertise, to really think of a new era for our world. Okay, so if I can move on now to the beauty marketplace. Global beauty is an extremely crowded space where consumers have always been confused on how to choose and how to use what's best for them in a truly personalized and adaptive way. Traditionally, as an industry, pre-digital, we solved this problem by providing trained expertise at the physical point of sale. Now, that could be beauty consultants in stores, that could be beauty therapists or estheticians in the spa, or indeed it could be dermatologists. And as we moved into the digital era, we saw e-commerce, beauty bloggers, and influencers add to this confusion on what is best for me. Now, when we stay with the consumer and consider the challenges that he or she faces, we know from our research that the biggest reason a consumer doesn't buy or repurchase high quality skincare products is because she doesn't see the results that are claimed through clinical trial. And that shouldn't be a huge surprise to us when we consider the clinical trial environment and the home environment that you see illustrated here. In a clinical trial, we're in a distraction-free environment with lab technology taking objective measurements to track skin progress. The dosage of product used is consistently and professionally managed, and all of the data around that is very carefully recorded and tracked for the duration of the clinical trial. We always also bring into this environmental factors. So in a clinical trial, those factors are tightly controlled in order to deliver optimal results. We then consider that we take these products home into our busy lives, which are getting ever busier, and our regime becomes erratic. It's a bit ad hoc. Did we remember to use, did I use that serum in the way the beauty advisor described? And of course, no data is captured. The solution to this that we have built at Cutie-tronics is an ecosystem that we supply to premium brands who have great formulations and want to support their consumers to get those optimum results in the environment that they're in, with the regime that's right for them, taking measurements that let us understand the progress and gather feedback that delivers results. So this brings me very nicely to our company purpose at Cutie-tronics, something we've been working on with the Bob team for some time. And our purpose is to revolutionise how people take care of their skin. And I hope this now lets you see how my personal purpose and our company purpose blend so seamlessly. Because when we transform the health of an individual's skin, it makes them see the best version of themselves. It gives them confidence on another level. I've watched for decades the transformative effect on confidence when a professional woman understands how best to take care of her skin and present herself, or indeed in the male, for men who maybe are experiencing some sort of challenge with their skin health. When you can solve that challenge, their confidence rises to a new level. I'm now going to play a short video that explains some of this for you.
The world of global beauty is changing. In today's fast-paced, hyper-connected world, instant connection, automation, and personalization are the norm. Cutie-tronics is revolutionizing skincare. We work with brands committed to staying relevant and dedicated to delivering results to consumers. Harnessing the power of lab standard technology, our Cutie-tron solutions combine cutting-edge engineering with the latest artificial intelligence to deliver a truly adaptive, personalised and omni-channel experience for consumers. Our patented diagnostic device analyses skin hydration levels, combined with geolocation and local environment, to automate optimal skincare routines and deliver results. For brands, our solutions deliver unique insight into consumer lifestyles. Rich data on skin type, geography, usage patterns and much more becomes a significant advantage, delivering real-time insights so you can take immediate action across all parts of your business. Whether in retail, spa or clinical skincare, Cutie-tron technology solutions empower brand ambassadors at every stage of their client's journey, equipping them with unprecedented tools to build deeper relationships and enhance delivery of exceptional, personalised experiences each and every time. This is the complete skincare ecosystem for the 21st century. This is the future of skincare. Cutie-tronics.
Okay, so let's move on to the business side of the beauty industry. The beauty industry is a competitive, lucrative, growing space, and it's predicted to grow for the future to come. The space has always been about great expertise from ingredient innovation, using the best ingredients to make the best formulations, to deliver exceptional experiences in spas and in retail stores, all the way through to how that impacts what you and I do at our dressing table each morning and each evening to deliver results. So if this is an industry that's of interest to you, please reach out to us. I'd like to direct you to 3 available resources to explore the different touch points within the value chain of this great industry. Let me begin by directing you to Croda.com. Croda International are a world-leading innovator and supplier of personal care ingredients. They really push the boundary in ingredient innovation, and you can look at what they do, and you can particularly explore their purpose around people and around sustainability. They are really leading the world in that area. So check them out at Croda.com. The second resource I'd like to introduce you to is my good friend and fellow bobber, Kirsty Mulwhinney at Skin Insight. If you've begun formulation or you don't know where to begin formulation creation, or even if you've got formulations and you're thinking, what do I do next? Kirsty has a wealth of experience, of expertise, and of connections in the industry who can really help you to understand more about the creation of formulation and how we deliver those results that I've been talking about to the consumers. So check Kirsty's website out at skininsight.co.uk. And then finally, if you've got great ingredients and you've got great formulations and you want to talk about technologies that support your consumers to get the best results sitting at their dressing tables, then please book to have a coffee with some of our team at Cutitronics. We'd love to talk to you about what we're doing. We work with brands across the world to really support them in how they connect to their consumers, they support their consumers, and they deliver solutions to their consumers that ultimately give them the results that they're seeking to achieve. So let me finish by thanking you very, very much for your time and attention today. It's been my absolute pleasure to take you briefly through my 30 plus years in the industry. Please connect. You can do that on LinkedIn or at wilma-mcdaniel.com or indeed at cutitronics.com. I'd love to connect with you and I'd be delighted to answer any questions that you have about this presentation today or indeed about the industry itself. Take care of yourself and those around you. Thank you.